In August of 1776, just 8 weeks after the United States had declared independence, New York City found itself surrounded by the largest British fleet ever assembled. The fate of the new nation hung in the balance. So, how did a small band of just 400 men save over 10,000 colonial troops from certain destruction and rescue the revolutionary cause? Having forced the British out of Boston in the spring of 1776, George Washington, Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, anticipated that New York would be their next target. Washington ordered most of his men to move south, well aware that many of them were poorly trained and ill-equipped for the fight ahead. Faced with a British fleet of more than 400 ships carrying approximately 32,000 men, Washington's prospects of success seemed bleak. So, he decided to spread his troops out by dividing them between the two key strategic positions of Manhattan and Long Island. Among those stationed on Long Island were the men of the 1st Maryland Regiment and the 1st Delaware Regiment. They were led by General William Alexander, an eccentric man who had previously made a claim to the earldom of Stirling in Scotland. Stirling's 400, as they came to be known, were well-armed and well-trained, a rarity in the colonial army. On August 27, 1776, the British began their attack. Washington's army was at risk of total annihilation. Yet Stirling's 400 had other ideas. Alexander's men launched a series of counterattacks against the 2,000 British troops stationed in and around Brooklyn, creating enough of a distraction to allow Washington's army to escape. 256 of the 400 were killed in the fighting. The rest, including Stirling, were captured by the British. Only a few dozen survivors made it back to the American lines. The bravery and sacrifice of Stirling's 400 ultimately enabled Washington's men to retreat back to Manhattan, ready to fight another day. Their fierce resistance had also made the enemy more cautious. If British Commander William Howe had continued with a more aggressive advance, he might have destroyed the Continental Army for good. Many believe that the reason he decided not to was because of the bravery of Stirling's 400.